Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for September 2020. This is going to be for Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are just intuitively guided to the channel. You don't even know if you have a Capricorn in your chart. You probably do, but I feel like we're like-minded, similar paths, journeys. So I think that is why you get pulled to a certain channel. You just click. So, welcome everyone. Again, this is for September 2020. But time is fluid. We're putting a time on it only to categorize it, I guess. Alright, go ahead and just calm your mind. Do a little bit of deep breathing. And let's go ahead and begin. I don't know why I feel like I have to be quiet, like I have to whisper. Some of you may be going through something like that because there's no need for me to whisper, but I feel like I should. Okay, let's see what's going on. So we have the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, potentially. She wasn't completely in the upright, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Resistantly, the Lovers comes out. Flipped itself in the deck. Card of Gemini. Maybe one part of a pair. With the Eight of Swords. So, swords surround the Lover's card. There may be a lot of confusion with someone. Eight of Swords, I feel like almost like I'm afraid to be myself or reveal myself to someone. We have the Three of Cups. You know, honestly, what I'm feeling right now is like someone is just having a hard time letting themselves go, letting themselves maybe enjoy something because of an uncertainty around it, you know, and I don't know if it's the person or something that, you know, you're carrying around that, you know, if it relates to like a relationship, you know, like, do I want to do it again? I've had my heart broken, and those swords can represent protection. But yet, you know, what I'm feeling is who's ever in this Eight of Swords, she's looking at the Three of Cups, which is the energy of joy. And it's almost like you're holding yourself back from that. We have the Five of Swords coming under the Queen of Swords. Lots of swords, Capricorn. Look at this. We have the Two of Cups coming directly under the Lover's Cup. I have a feeling this is a love reading. We have the Fool coming under the Eight of Swords. You know, it's almost like the story just tells itself. And then we have the King of Cups. Excuse me. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, potentially. So let's look at this. Let's take a moment and let's look at this. So with the Lovers and the Two of Cups right underneath that, you know, this is me, you, feeling a connection, I feel like, towards someone. And it's kind of interesting that there's a lot of swords around it because it feels like it's very clear that this is, you know, at least of soulmate energy. And the Fool is actually heading towards this Two of Cups. So I feel like someone is holding, you're holding yourself back from experiencing joy with someone. Reason being is fear. And, the Five of Swords over here tells me that, where you've been, or where you are, feels toxic, whether it is toxic or it just feels toxic, um, it's showing me, you were in that type of energy. And I feel like that's part of what the Eight of Swords, I feel like it's fear of maybe doing it again. I'm seeing the zero, like, infinity, right? It feels like infinity because the Fool's looking right back at that Two of Cups. Um, he's coming out of the energy of the King of Cups. So, King of Cups, someone could be leaving the King of Cups and heading towards someone else. But it's like you have to give yourself permission to do that. And I feel like for others, this is about someone or you learn, like saying yes to opening your heart. Um, and I feel like here's what someone was dealing with. You were dealing with infidelity in the past, and this is what these swords are up. Why they're up. Not everyone, but I definitely feel like some of you were dealing with just someone not being faithful, or at least feeling that way. Which, if you feel that way, it's almost like it's happening anyway, right? So you're going through all that sorrow, whether it's happening or not. If I just think it's happening, that alone can be, So anyways, so I can definitely see that, and I know it's directly connected to your past. So let's look at it another way also. The Eight of Swords moving down into the Fool. So that tells me whatever these swords are, that stop you again from experiencing joy. This is, I feel like you're able to drop them. Why? I don't know yet. You're having, maybe the reading. You get some kind of realization, some type of truth with the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Swords right there. Okay, let's take one more line. Maybe some of you don't even know that there is this soulmate energy out there because, the Fool is moving towards it. So it feels to me like, whether that was someone I've already was connected to, or if it's someone I have yet to meet, it's just showing you what kind of energy it is. And it's really, I feel it's going to be very beautiful, joyful type of energy, but I just don't think you're allowing yourself. Maybe you don't even know it. Eight is also, the Eight of Swords here is what's holding us up, so to speak. But remember, 8 is also the number of new beginnings. And right below it is the Fool, which is a new beginning. And I feel like, for some of you, this is you leaving someone in the past and just moving forward. Even if I have to start at the very beginning. If it's toxic, it's toxic. Look at that, 2 of Swords. So some of you may be questioning that fact right now. Is the energy I'm around, whether it be a person, place, thing, is it serving me? Because, this person, 5 of Swords, is also being drawn towards 2 of Cups. So, and I feel like, whether again, it's an actuality or it's what I know I deserve type energy. Um, here is the question of do I walk away? Four of Swords. That's beautiful. Coming under the Lovers and the Two of Cups. It's very healing, loving energy. I also feel, I have to just say it, I feel like, whatever this is going to be with whoever, it also feels very passionate. Like, I have to say that, like, passionate. But very, like, soothing for each other. We have the Chariot. So here's movement. Card of Cancer. This is a card of balance. Some, we could look at this, and for some, this could certainly be a twin flame. Just with the connection right here. But, I don't know. I feel like for some of you, I have to be honest, I don't feel like you're changing something because something else is coming along. I feel like first you got to you're changing yourself for you. And then this energy seems to come along. But anyway, the Chariot can be the divine masculine and divine feminine. The masculine, feminine, balance. I often feel like the Chariot can't move until I'm in a balanced type energy, and I like that the Four of Swords is like the energy behind it. It's almost like it's healing you, giving you, I don't know, I almost feel like a sense of comfort. I also feel like some of you may be like praying about it, but I feel like it's on your mind heavily. Some of you, maybe it is to pray about it, but then, quiet your mind. We have the Ace of Wands, so that is a potentially a passionate new beginning. It's kind of nice how it all falls in place. But it all, it's like, I have to go back to this Eight of Swords and realize that maybe something doesn't even happen because I keep myself in that energy, right? I don't allow myself to experience, I feel like, joy. And it is because of the energy that you're currently in, or probably currently in, or just were, or something that's around you, that you, I don't know, I think, like, you got to look at it, you got to have the realizations, and then you start to move towards it. We have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Excuse me, I'm like, my chest is bothering me. Alright, so the Four of Pentacles, that can talk about someone, it's something at your home. The question may be whether to stay or go, that type of thing. But within the Five of Swords, he's looking right back at the Four of Pentacles, and, it just feels to me like home. And when I'm saying home, is what I mean is like where I live. Look at that, Ace of Wands on the bottom of this deck. So, two aces. Let's face it, Capricorn, I feel like this is a love affair you're denying yourself. But it does feel like it takes movement from you first. And it is, in a sense, clearing of the past. Queen of Wands coming over the Queen of Swords. Eight of Cups. Interesting. Again, 8, new beginning. Coming over the Lovers. You know, the 8 of Cups talks about my emotional house is in disarray. You know, I'm coming up on the 9, so I have an opportunity to reflect on why these cups, you know, keep getting knocked over, and maybe I learned something valuable from that. There's 2 8s right here, 88. But it's about, you know, examining your emotional house before you move forward. And, you know, where does that bring you? It brings you to the 9 of Cups. And that is, you know, it's a wonderful type energy. But right now, there is fear because there's not emotional clarity. I feel like the swords are definitely from um, emotional type situation. With the 4 of Pentacles again. You know, some could have I hate to say attitude, but of, you know, it's, I don't know, like, I want to say you're in denial, but you'll say that you're not. You're stubborn. You're being stubborn. But more, you know, what is that doing? It's keeping you in that 8 of Swords energy. 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. Wow. And look at this, the 2 of Cups coming over the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. So, wow. And so, again, I have first movement, like the 5 of Pentacles is movement, and then love. And then this connection. That, you know, like, you may not think exist. Why? Because, you know, you're in the energy of where you are or where you were, and you haven't cleared it yet, right? You haven't become the full, and that's clearing of the energy. But clearly, it's showing us the 10 of Pentacles, which is the homestead, right down to the 5, over a 5, and 5 is all about change. So, you know, and interesting enough, the 5 of Pentacles is also the energy of, you know, almost being forced to do something. You know, it can be like against my will, so to speak. But it feels like, you know, what kept me stuck? It was, you know, it can be an uncomfortable energy. But the one thing it talks about soulmate energy about to enter into your life. So it's to look forward, and not back. And then again, we have the 2 of Cups. So we have the 9 of Swords. So, you know, this is fearful of doing something, seeing something. This is overthinking something, like really overthinking something, or this is about, you know, where your self-belief system isn't feeling strong. Why? Because it's become based on what everyone else has told you about yourself. And it's kind of like an energy I have to shake. I feel like I have to shake it. Yeah, I have to shake it off. Um, Because what is it doing? It's putting me in the energy of staying within this Eight of Swords, and not just that, but that anxiety that goes with it. It grows because we go from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, and it can talk about, when I hold myself prisoner from experiencing joy in my life, I can tend to suffer, like more depression and that type energy. So it feels like, but first you have to shake something off. You got to shake it off. And maybe even you have to be willing to take the step. Some of you maybe, again, we could have some infidelity over here, and you find out and you feel forced to leave. And you're feeling like this is the end of the world type of energy. Well, what this is showing is after that move, after the clearing of the energy, but I'm willing to step into new energy. It's showing over and over what opens up. And if it's love that you're looking for, I feel like, well, this is where you're meant to be. But for some of you, I feel like, you just don't know that yet. You don't know that yet. And how can you come to that conclusion? Well, this is about your own inner work with the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. It's looking at my emotional house and what is it holding me back from, and what am I basing it on, and if I'm thinking of doing it again, have things changed, right? Have they, what wasn't serving us in the past, have we cleared it? So it's not to repeat with the Fool there. But I definitely feel like there's someone who is fearful doing it again. We have the Seven of Pentacles. With this, with the Eight of Swords again, and it's coming over the Two of Swords. So wow, that's heavy energy. What this is showing us is you're trying to, for some of you, you're trying to make a decision, perhaps about leaving someone home, but you're afraid it's the wrong move. You're afraid of what's going to happen. You're just fearful, period. You're allowing yourself to be in fearful energy, and I feel like the real you, your soul, kind of gets stuck in this self-prison with you, where, I don't know, I'm just not allowing myself to feel a joy. Then we have the Queen of Cups coming over the Four of Swords. And she's also connected to both these two of Cups. So potentially, she's right next to Cancer, but also Scorpio and Pisces. But we do have the Queen and we have the King of Cups. And over the King is the Seven of Pentacles. So this tells me this journey is like a seed of yours. So I feel like, maybe I don't know that. Maybe I don't know as part of my destiny. But a seed that you had planted when? I don't know. Maybe your last lifetime, But it feels like, it's coming to the surface. It's coming to the surface, and I feel like it's in the form of a lover. And, here it is. And maybe I have to decide, because could this all go away? Well, of course it could all go away, because you may never allow yourself to experience it in the first place. I feel like if it's meant to be, it's going to be, because I can definitely feel Destiny's hand here. I feel like kind of making things happen where it may force you to look at different things, and from there, you can have some real clarity. But I do feel like for some of you, it's like where you're living. is, whether that be because of the person or just, I don't know, your surroundings, it feels like it brings you anxiety. It's also part of the anxiety is your home. So maybe if I realize that, if I'm thinking of leaving, that can help a little bit. And again, it's all stemming from the Eight of Cups. Like I'm looking at, it's almost like lines going up, and the Eight of Cups is your emotional house. Look at that, I see the Tower. We have the Six of Wands. So first of all, that's a card of victory. And look at this, then there's the Tower. And the Tower then, excuse me, is coming over the Ace of Wands. So, the Tower is a clarifier. The Ace of Wands is the card on the table, the first card on the table. So I feel like it holds more power, right? So, what it's saying is, I feel like I've got to let the Tower happen, and however that is, and just know that you're going to get through it. That's the thing. Like, I feel like you get through it, and not only do you get through it, but then it feels like, like your real destiny starts to open, and many of you, that is with love. That is with love. So I feel like, whatever this Tower represents, I almost feel like we know it has to come. We know it has to come, but the Six of Wands right next to it is, again, a card of victory looking right at that Tower, I feel like, and the Ace of Wands under it, and the Chariot. This is being able to get through this Tower. It's just that you're stuck in this energy of Swords, and in the negative energy of the Swords. You know, so interesting. I'm trying to think, do I want to take it any further? Let's take a card over the Two of Cups. Because it's connected to the Lovers also. Look at that. We have the Six of Cups. So for some of you, this is energy of your past. And, I feel like what it's saying is, if this is about a person of the past, and you may be focusing on all, because I feel like, number one, you want this person. I feel like you think about this person, and I feel like for whatever, it's showing up. So if I'm, my emotional house is, what am I doing here? I'm focusing on the negative, and I feel like it's saying, instead of focusing on the negative, focus on the good things about someone, a time period when you were together. I don't feel like this is with your current partner. I feel like this is someone, someone of your past. I'm going to take one or two more cards after that. It's funny because, the 5, they go to the 6. Some of you, I feel like, you may be leaving a home, but you're going back home. we have the Princess of Swords. And we opened with the Queen of Swords. So right there we have younger energy. And we have the Moon. Card of Pisces. Also uncertainty, right? Uncertainty. So I feel like I don't know that I can take it any further than that, because I feel like, until you see one part and then the next part begins. Does that make sense? So anyway, I feel like you have success over whatever this tower is. It definitely has held you down for a while, but you're also holding yourself down. And I feel like a lot of you, it's like you are, you're stopping yourself from feeling joy. Because why? Because certainly I don't want to get my heart broken again. So that's what I feel like you got to examine. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Um, Thank you so much. I hope this brought you some clarity. I'm worried for some of you that it doesn't, because you're in very heavy sword energy. So think about that. That means you're really in your head. You can be overanalyzing, overthinking. I do feel like there is movement that's needed. And I feel like, any of that uncomfortableness that you're afraid of, I feel like it's very temporary energy, and ultimately, you're the success here, with the Chariot under that energy. And it's all in line with the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Lovers. So I feel like for a lot of you, you just got to give yourself permission. Start as the full energy, start at the beginning. It doesn't matter how many times, just start at the beginning. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your ongoing support of my channel. I don't know what's going on. I'm losing my voice. I just want to thank you so much. I'm going to let you go because I think I'm going to cough. I hope this resonates with you. I feel like it's going to. And, I feel like for some of you, it may help set you free. So, that is my blessing to you. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.